For those of you who may not know, Mike Wang tweeted out yesterday that NBA 2K was releasing a patch, and in the patch notes they wrote that they were going to be addressing rhythm shooting, fades, and steals. But what they didn't say was that it would change NBA 2K26 forever. Now, rhythm shooting is broken, fades are patched, and blitz steals are back? And baby, they better than they've ever been. There's also rumors that they changed some things that wasn't mentioned in the patch notes. Like, crew rewards now only work in the park, dribbling being slowed down, and passes are now slower as well? We've got a lot to go over, guys, so let's jump right into the news. YouTube, what is very good? It's your boy Dimez, man, and it's time to talk about this patch. So let's jump right into the patch notes. So as you guys can see here, this is the patch notes from today's patch. So Mike Wang and NBA 2K tweeted this out yesterday, and we're just going to read over kind of the gameplay notes. So adjusted shot contest logic to reduce inappropriately high coverage scores, ghost contests, when not actively contested shots. So for those of you who may not really know, this kind of ghost contests are like when you're not really there, but you're getting a contest anyway. It's like if your hand is down, you may not have your hand up, you may not be in good position. So that's kind of what a ghost contest is. So they can't just be standing there without a hand up. They have to have that hand up or a jump to kind of get a contest. So he's making it to where if you're an offensive player and you're shooting a jump shot, if they're not contesting you or have like a good contest with a hand up or jumping, then they won't really get a high percentage on your jump shot. Secondly, they have random button alley-oop finishing is now limited to Hall of Fame and competitive online modes. So that's going to be Any Up, which is the stage, Proving Grounds, or Pro-Am. Non-Hall of Fame modes, the theater, the rec, the park, etc., now use a single dedicated finishing button. So NBA 2K26, they added to where like when you throw an alley-oop, it would be like any button could pop up. So A, B, Y, X for players on Xbox, and then square, triangle, X, or circle for players on PS5. What they're doing in this patch is now making it to where it popping up and being a random button is only for like really high difficulty modes. For modes like park or the rec, it'll now just be probably square, which is what it's been, previous years. It'll probably just be square to catch an alley-oop now. Moving on to the next one, increase the difficulty of making pull-up fadeaway jump shots based on community feedback. So this is a big one, guys. So this is fades. So everybody, we've all played some park, we've all played some twos, we've all played some threes. Everybody is the best at fading. Nobody, including myself, guys, nobody looks for like a standstill jump shot because the success rate on taking a fade is just as good, if not higher, than taking a standstill shot, which has been a problem. And they're putting based on community feedback because everybody has felt this way about NBA 2K26. Midi faders, 3-point faders. I mean, you could fade from half court in NBA 2K26. So that's kind of why they're addressing fades in this patch. Moving on to the next one, which is another hot topic. Improve the reliability of rhythm shooting inputs to ensure timing and tempo register consistently. So this is addressing rhythm shooting, guys, which has been a very hot topic in NBA 2K26. So it's kind of like broken up into two, where you have your button shooters, so that's square and X, and then you have your rhythm shooters, which is like tempo shooting with the right stick. Myself, I've tried both. Both are really, really good. The biggest thing that I always say with rhythm shooting pre-patch was that you have more room for error when you're shooting with the right stick. And I feel like button shooters, they know that about rhythm shooting, which is kind of why they're anti-rhythm shooting. That's why when it comes to competitive gameplay, you don't want to have that competitive advantage. Which, when you're rhythm shooting, I have to be honest, you kind of do have that competitive advantage because you have more room for error. Which is why I feel like everybody complained and why they're kind of addressing rhythm shooting in this patch. Moving on to the next one, slightly tighten rhythm shooting windows for both tempo and timing. Again, these two are kind of tied together, so it's both addressing rhythm shooting. Adjusted takeover effects so the dunking boost now applies correctly to poster machine instead of blur. So if you guys have used the blur takeover this year, it used to give you a massive green window, and that's supposed to be tied into poster machine. So poster machine was like kind of useless because it didn't give you the massive green window that blur did. Now they have switched that over to poster machine instead of blur. So blur is now just kind of blow-bys where you're able to kind of run past your defender and get an easy lane to the paint. And now poster machine is going to give you that massive green window to dunk on people and do what you're supposed to be able to do, poster people. Moving on to the next one, they say added more reliable ball collision detection when dribbling into defenders and during blitz steal attempts. So this was very much needed in NBA 2K26, guys. Blitz steals are really needed. So pre-patch, you couldn't get a steal. It was like impossible. You could not get a steal in NBA 2K26. Definitely not on ball. Maybe a passing lane here and there. Maybe you would bump them out of bounds, but it was impossible to get a blitz steal. They would call a foul every single time. So we're going to talk about blitz steals a little bit later. And then for the second, so this is the next page of gameplay continued. So on the next one, they say replace the behind the back escape in the normal dribble package. So it was like a behind the back for like taller players, tall for 6'10" and above. So if you were 6'10" and above, you got this behind the back. You guys probably play like starting five or played against a 7'4" that did it a lot. So it was like the only move that the 7'4s got. So it was like they were behind the back and shoot it right away. And it created a lot of space. So they took that move out and replaced it in the behind the back escape in the normal dribble package. Moving on to the next one, it says ball handlers can now cancel standing in and outs, and some retreat sizes have been changed in the hesitation moves. So they're now allowing you to cancel, probably right stick cancel out of standing in and outs. And I also heard that you guys could cancel out of walk backs as well now and get like a speed burst. So that's pretty cool. Unwanted behind the back escapes are no longer triggered when trying to step back out of body ups. Now that one is really good. I actually hated getting that behind the back because you would get a turnover out of it. I would be trying to like bag up, it'll like push me too far into the mid range, and I would back up and I would do a pullback. So doing the doing the escape is like holding right trigger and flicking down on your right stick. And if you would do that move, it would also give you that behind the back that they actually took out the game. And it would be a turnover because you're just dribbling into somebody's like body and you're just losing the ball. So them fixing that is a huge dub. Shout out to NBA 2K and shout out Mike Wang. The next update that they did was several improvements have been made to body ups for better reliability. So that's just more defensive stuff. They're trying to like really hone in on like improving defense and making it better for defenders in NBA 2K26. Second to last, improved 3-second violation logic to better handle 2-3 zone defenses and prevent exploits in modes without backcourt violations. So that the only modes I think that have that is really Park. I can't really think of any other modes that really have that. So they're just kind of like improving the 3-second violation to better handle the 2-3. And last but not least, energy levels in 1v1 game modes are now reset on possession changes. That is a huge dub. So I don't really play a lot of 1v1, but I have played Theater and Proving Grounds, and I always wonder why my stamina would still be going up after we've already scored or after the possession has ended. So that is a huge dub, and I know 1v1 players are like super hyped and stoked about that. So that's a huge dub by NBA 2K and Mike Wang. So there you guys have it, the official patch notes for NBA 2K26. Now let's dive in a little bit deeper on some of these topics, guys. So first off, guys, let's talk about fades. Fades. Everybody's saying fades are patched. And I can wholeheartedly say, guys, that fades are much more difficult to time after patch. You can still time them, you can still hit fades. Not really right sticking the fades, but if you square and button shoot the fade, or X for Xbox users, you can definitely hit some fades. Now it's much more easier to hit fades from the mid range, but from the three, I would say wait till you have a little bit of takeover. Maybe have takeover. If you got heat check, they are much more high percentage to hit with takeover and with heat check. Not so much without. Fades are definitely patched, guys. They are nerfed 100%. Secondly, guys, they nerfed rhythm shooting. So if you guys remember when the game first dropped, when you rhythm shot, you used to get like a little hitch. And then they removed it. And now they added it back into NBA 2K26. So they nerfed rhythm shooting, and part of them nerfing it, I think, was adding the hitch. So as you guys can see, like a lot of people are upset about, you know, them nerfing rhythm shooting. Now, like I said before, guys, with rhythm shooting, you had more room for error. So it was stronger than the button, in my opinion. So what I see them trying to do is trying to even the playing field, so to speak, to where rhythm shooters, if you're a really good rhythm shooter, you can rhythm shoot. Go ahead, flick your stick by all means. And if you shoot with the button, then you can match up with the guy with the rhythm shooting. You know, you're no longer at a disadvantage. And nobody by any means should be at a disadvantage. It should always come down to skill. Who shoots better? If I shoot better with my right stick than you do with your button, then I should win the game. And vice versa. It should not be a competitive advantage either way. So I get it. I get why they're nerfing rhythm shooting. I totally get it, because you had more room for error. Now with them nerfing it, I think that's gonna even the playing field. But this hitch, man, they gotta get rid of this hitch. This hitch has to go in rhythm shooting. But as you guys can see, everybody is super excited about them nerfing rhythm shooting. And I'm sure everybody that's excited shoots with their button. Now guys, I spoke on rhythm shooting, and I mentioned the hitch that they brought back. So at the beginning of the year, they had the hitch, then they took it out, then they accidentally put it back in this patch, is what I'm assuming, and now they're taking it back out again, which is a huge dub. Myself included, I've used the rhythm shooting this year. Having the hitch has been horrible, so I'm actually super stoked that they're taking it back out of the game. So, patch update 2.0 reintroduced the ability to delay your shot release with rhythm shooting by flicking up late or slowly, similar to how it worked at launch. This was intended to make rhythm shot inputs register more consistently. However, based on community feedback that this change causes a slight hitch to rhythm shots, we're reverting the adjustment to restore smoother, more responsive shooting. This update will be applied automatically around October 15 at 2 a.m. on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and all of that. So, they're removing the hitch to rhythm shots, which is, again, a huge dub, guys. We needed that so much, and I'm sure myself and other players that rhythm shoot will be super stoked. Okay, guys, now that we've covered fades and we've covered rhythm shooting, now it's time to talk about blitz steals. So blitz steals are 100% needed in the game. Blitz steals are where you predict where a player is going or what ball hand they're going to be kind of pushing towards, and you kind of run up and press square. You kind of run into the ball. That's kind of a blitz steal. That's the definition of a blitz steal, where you blitz the ball handler and you basically beat them to the spot. Now the problem with the patch is that you basically just dribble the ball off of their bodies. So as you can see in this clip here, Solo's just doing a regular escape move. The defender is playing him real tight and he just loses the ball. He loses the ball, and then the defender, the person that gets the ball, does the same thing right back. Picks the ball up and loses the ball again. Now, Solo runs up into the ball. Like he's running up into the ball, which is kind of like blitzing him, but he's not pressing a button. He's just running into the ball. You should have to press square or X for Xbox users to steal the ball. So my opinion is that the update, the ball is too prone to be lost. Like, they made it to where if the ball touches you at all, it literally just pops out. And it needs to be redefined to where the defender is not so easy to lose the ball, but the defender also has to press square or X to steal the ball. It shouldn't just be, oh, I lose the ball. So he loses the ball, picks the ball back up, loses the ball again. I mean, just look at how easily you lose the ball in this game after the patch.
I forgot I can't dribble.
Loses the ball again, just dribbling, doing regular size-up moves. So a big problem, guys, is that steal ratings are not mattering. Unpluckable is not mattering. Ball handle is not mattering. Nothing matters at this moment. You literally just lose the ball for no reason. You don't have to press square. You don't have to press X. You just lose the ball. Now, granted, myself included, we need blitz steals in NBA 2K26, but there has to be a medium. You have to have, it has to be something that requires skill. If I'm going left and the defender know I'm going left and they blitz me to my left, they beat me to the spot, they press square, they should be rewarded to steal. If I do a bad dribble move, or I get a bad sig, or I do the wrong move, or I do a move that I shouldn't have done at that point of time, 1000% the defender should get the ball 10 out of 10 times. But if I, just from me dribbling and doing a move, or is hitting off their shoestring, or he had his hands up and he just bumps the ball out my hands, or he just looks me in my eyes and blow on me and I just drop the ball because I'm scared, that should not be in NBA 2K26. That should not be in any NBA 2K. But blitz steals and actually beating me to my spot and guessing which way I'm going to go and guessing correctly, yes, a defender should be rewarded 10 out of 10 times. Now, I don't know if 2K was trying to do this or not, but from just watching the gameplay, guys, and watching the new NBA 2K26 after the patch, it seems like they're trying to eliminate crabs. Now, I don't know if they intentionally did this, but a crab is where you kind of like run forward and then you would like escape in front of them and shoot the ball. That's like a very effective way to score in the last 4 2Ks. It's like you want to kind of beat your defender one way, crab them the opposite way, they kind of put them behind you. So crab is like you kind of put the defender behind you or to the side of you and you shoot the ball because they're not going to get a contest because they're behind you. So I don't know if they're like trying to eliminate crabbing, but that's what this patch did. It kind of eliminated crabbing, you know? And then they eliminated phase as well. So if like I can't crab the defender or I can't outrun the defender to shoot the ball, you know, shoot a fading jump shot or off the dribble jump shot, you know, kind of how do guards like score the ball? What's like the new thing? Am I just supposed to peek behind the screen every time? You know what I mean? Or rim run to the paint? You know what I mean? How do I kind of beat the defender in a way? So that's kind of like my thoughts on it. I think they need to redefine the blitz steals and just steal animations in general and make it to where I don't just lose the ball. Make it like a skill gap. So we covered everything that they mentioned in the patch notes, guys. But now it's time to talk about things that they didn't mention. So first things first, I made a tweet. I was on Twitter and I seen like some tweets floating around and they were saying that they nerfed crew rewards. So I did some research, and what they mean by that is before the patch, you were able to get unlimited Gatorade and unlimited boost in every game mode after every game. So you didn't have to buy boost and you didn't have to buy Gatorade. When you were playing with a team full of your crew members, whether it was 2s, 5s, 3s, it did not matter. You had unlimited Gatorade and an unlimited boost. And that could be in rec, park, theater, pro-am, proving grounds, in all modes. Now, after the patch, they have changed that entirely. Now, you're only able to get unlimited Gatorade and unlimited boost in the park. So right here it says free skill boost applied when your team is made up of your crew members in the park. Now I've looked and I've checked at earlier release videos, and that has always been there, guys. That has always been there. Now I think in the coding somewhere things got messed up to where it was working in all modes, and I love that myself. I mean, never having to buy Gatorade and Boost, you save up so much VC, and I feel like that was a great way to kind of compensate us, you know, the players that kind of play the game and grind the game and really on the game, to not having to spend VC. Or, you know, little Timmy or little Bobby, you know, they may not have the money to buy the VC. So they're grinding the game, they're grinding park, you know, they're playing, they're having fun, and they're also gaining VC at the same time. Now you can use that VC to go make that new my player. I did that myself. I spent money on this game, and I've also played the game enough and grinded enough VC to then go make another my player. So in my opinion, that was a huge W for 2K. You know, and now it just kind of sucks that, you know, we're kind of limited to park only. You only can do that in park. You only get unlimited Gatorade. You only get unlimited boosts in park, and you must be playing with your crew members. So in my opinion, that kind of sucks. You know, it's no knock on 2K or no knock at anybody at 2K. I mean, it says it clear as day right there. You know, it's only in the park. But I think it was just kind of a huge W to have, you know, in all modes, because not everybody plays park. Not everybody plays park, man. Some people only play rec. Some people only play pro-am. Some people like ranked mode, so they play proving grounds. They play 1v1. There's so many different modes in NBA 2K. I just think that they should really think about adding, you know, maybe you add more rewards. Maybe you add 10 more rewards, you know, to where you can add it for the rec. You can add it to proving grounds. You can add it to the theater, to where we then have to grind to level 40 or level 45 or level 50. You know, they add more levels to your crew and more crew rewards so that it then transfer over to all modes. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments, about that idea. Now it's time to talk about dribbling. So we all read over the gameplay patch notes, guys, and nothing was mentioned about dribbling. Nothing was mentioned about a specific dribble move besides that behind the back that they changed. So if you guys watch this video, so this move right here is like a peek. You call it a peek, so you hold right trigger down and you flick up on your right stick. So this is the move after the patch. And then, so it's like very slow. They slowed it down a lot. And I don't know why they did that. But then we're going to also see the move before the patch. So this is how it looked before the patch. So it was way faster. You get more of a boost out of it. And they slowed the move down. And I just really don't understand why. Like, everybody was so hyped at launch because of the dribbling in NBA 2K26. It was so many different moves. You could cancel out of so many different moves. It was just so many ways to attack a defender. And with them nerfing the move and slowing the move down, which is basically nerfing it, you know, it's kind of limiting us to do, you know, a lot of the same moves. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, man. I feel like they need to revert this back to where it was, you know, way more effective, you know, because you want to have different moves. You want to have a variety. You don't want everybody playing the same way. You don't want everybody to have the same moves. The peak was in every dribble package, by the way. You could do it in so many different packages, in so many different ways, and so many different moves. But let me know what you guys think below, man. I don't think they should be nerfing any dribbling moves, personally. I like for everything to be overpowered because that way it creates more diversity. There's so many different ways to play. There's so many different ways to win. And there's just so many different ways to have fun, you know, when it's that way. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you guys noticed this at all. Maybe, you know, it's just happening to him. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Now, for the next topic, there's been players on Twitter saying that they also nerfed passing. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but there are a lot of players saying it. I've seen it multiple times on Twitter. Now, they're saying that passes are a lot slower, and they've been slowed down a lot. Now, I don't know if that is true or not. I feel like passing has been decent in NBA 2K26. I myself haven't had a problem with catching the ball or passing the ball. I feel like if you have a low pass rating, you definitely can notice it. But if you had a higher pass rating, I feel like you noticed that as well. I think passing in NBA 2K26 was good before the patch. So hopefully they haven't touched anything with the passing after the patch. And last but not least, the black plate glitch is no more. Now, for those of you who may not know, if you were a higher tier in NBA 2K26, if your plate was red or purple or gold, you could lower your plate back down to black plate. Now, a lot of players would do that to get games faster because of the skill-based matchmaking. Or, some people think that, a lot of players would do it to play like lower tier players. Some people who would actually be black plate or, more casual players. A lot of the higher tier players would lower their plates, or they would play with people with lower plates to play less skilled players at NBA 2K26. That glitch has been patched, and I really understand why. It's not fun for good players, to play good players all the time. I personally think skill-based matchmaking should only be in Proving Grounds and Ranked Pro-Am. I think skill-based matchmaking should be taken out of NBA 2K26. Nobody wants to sweat and play good players all day long, or people around your tier. You want to get a variety, man. It used to be fun when, you're playing like less tier players or players that's not as good as you, and then you run into players that are good as you or better than you. You know what I mean? You want to have a mixture. You don't want to play the same thing every day, all day. If I wanted to play comp, I should be able to go into Ranked Pro-Am and play competitive, or go into Proving Grounds and play ranked players. Like, then I'm playing players of my tier, players of my skill, players who may be better than me. You know what I mean? I'm knowingly going in there and playing those modes for that reason. Sometimes I just want to load up with my IRL. You might have a girlfriend who plays 2K. You might have people who don't really play 2K. You might be NFL players. You might be celebrities. Or maybe I want to play with a celebrity and I want to just go hang out in the park. Or maybe I want to go play with my homeboy and just go hang out in the park and, or jump in the wreck and play, some chill games. I don't want to have to sweat every single game. So, and if I do, I have modes that I could do that. I have modes. I have Ranked Pro-Am. I have Proving Grounds. Why add Proving Grounds, which is a ranked mode, if everything is ranked? That makes no sense. So, in my opinion, skill-based matchmaking needs to just be removed completely out of NBA 2K26 and only in Ranked Pro-Am and Proving Grounds. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like skill-based matchmaking being in NBA 2K26? Or do you think it's a huge fat L? Let me know in the comments below. So if you guys didn't see in my last video, I said that I was going to be doing the $50 giveaway for anybody who watched the video and commented "that boy" under the video in the comments. So my man Daco and my man Javen both entered the giveaway, and I'm going to be doing the giveaway live here so you guys can see that I did it fair and square. So first off, I want to appreciate both of you guys for being subscribers to the channel and watching all of my videos and just supporting your boy. And good luck to both of you in this giveaway. So let's see. Let's give it a spin, man. We're going to spin this thing. And we're going to see who the winner is. Click to spin. Woo! And it's my boy Javin, man. Shout out to Javin, bro. Appreciate you tuning into my videos, bro. Shout out to you for being a subscriber. So I just want to say I appreciate you again for being a loyal subscriber and viewer to my channel. And to receive your $50, bro, just follow me and DM me on Twitter or comment your Cash App in the comments below. Either way, I'm going to be sending you your $50, man. And again, shout out to you and congratulations for winning the $50 giveaway. I appreciate everybody for tuning into today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to your boy, and make sure you got your noties on so you never miss another video. As always, it's your boy Dimez, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Until next time, peace.